So hey anime fans and Marvel fans, welcome back to my channel Otaku FIC Tales. This is the second part of the series. The series name is What If Naruto Fall in Love Gamora, so we will begin with story. So you created this planet, huh? Naruto asked, his tone filled with awe. Could he do something similar with his Rinnegan one day? Blonde knew he could basically create a moon with one jutsu. The entire planet looked like heaven, everything was green and there many rock formations, even a castle in the distance. Everybody welcome to my world, Ego said, as they floated toward castle on big platform. Wow, you have your own planet? Quill asked drax. Well, it's not larger than your Earth moon, Ego said, and Blonde smirked. One day, he'll make his own planet. Stability, I like it, Drax said with nod. Then everyone saw floating orbs and Drax popped one. It exploded into smaller one in many colors. Ha ha ha, Naruto smiled as he glanced at setting sun. Eventually they stopped and then enter castle grounds. They came upon strange fontaine with swimming fishes. I'm still curious guys, won't the fleet find Rocket, Groot and Nebula? Naruto inquired, causing everyone to stop. Oh, I wouldn't be worried about your friends, Ego said with grin, I already dealt with their ships. Really? Gamora asked, raising her shave eyebrow. You own a planet and can defeat fleet without any help? What are you exactly? I'm what's called the Celestial, sweetheart, Ego replied, and Gamora froze. Celestial like a god? Quill asked, also freezing. Well, it's long son, Ego said with smile. At least these days I feel humble as Drax. They all followed him to inside of the castle and they jaw dropped, especially Naruto's. It was very hard to describe. But even Drax had to admit that Ego had a style. Not gonna lie, but this reminds me of Asgard Palace, Naruto said out loud. I don't know where I came from, Ego started, walking toward an open, egg pod with brain floating inside of it. First thing I remember was flickering and drifting in cosmos alone. He paused and gave a long sigh. Over the course of million years, I learned to control the molecules around me. I growed smarter and stronger. They walked to another egg pod, and I continue building from there. Layer by layer, the very planet you walk on, right now. Oh, but I wanted more, I desired, a meaning. They all walked to another pod. There must have been other life than me, I thought, and so I set myself with a task. I created what I thought was biological life, to every detail. He paused with smirk on his face. He saw himself in the pod, much younger and more handsome than now. Did you make a penis? Drax asked curiously. Dude. Quill snapped, turning toward his weird teammate. What's wrong with you? Naruto said with deadpan, as Gamora sighed. If he's a planet, then how could he make a baby with your mom? Drax asked, causing Quill to facepalm. He would smash her. God, I don't need to hear that, Quill said, his cheeks turning red. I really don't want to imagine that. Why? My father would tell story of how he impregnated my mother, Drax said, and everyone's sweat dropped. That's disgusting. Naruto said with shiver. What? It was beautiful, Drax said, as Quill was about to puke. Yes, Drax, I got a penis. Ego agreed, causing Drax to smirk. Thank you. Drax said. It's not half bad, Ego added, and even Naruto was turning green from all of this. Yeah, I basically have everything that Peter does, Ego said. I truly wanted to experience life as a human. I went into a journey and I found life. I was not alone in the universe anymore, he said with warm smile. When did you met with my mother? Quill asked. Not long after, he said, looking at his son with smile. They walked to another pod, showing Ego and Quill mother. It was with Meredith that I first experienced true love. I call her my queen. Then it shown Ego with pregnant Meredith, and from that love came you, Peter. Naruto stared at the pod, before looking down and clenching his fist. He shouldn't be here, he should go back and return to his family, but he has to find the stones first. If Thanos will do it before him, it'll endanger Earth and everyone else. Is everything okay? Gamora asked, seeing as Naruto looked depressed. Not really, I'm wasting my time here, Naruto said, and everyone looked at him. I should be looking for the Infinity Stones. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. But I have to head to Xandar now. Why do you need the stone for? Ego asked, curious. You know Thanos? Naruto asked, and Ego noted. Yeah, he's looking for them. if he find all of them then everyone is doomed, this Nova Corp has won, so I have to go, can I borrow your ship? Well, since Peter and his friends are staying here for a while I don't mind, Ego said with small smile. Go ahead, Mantis, set a course for Xandar. Once you'll be done, just press yellow button and you'll be back here. Thank you, Naruto thanked and bowed slightly. Ego noted and glanced at Mantis, who bowed to him. Follow me, please, Mantis said and Blonde followed her to the exit. I'll be back soon. Naruto shouted with grin on his face. Good luck, Quill shouted back with smile. Few minutes later, Ego ship. So where will I land once I'm on Xandar? Naruto asked, sitting down. I don't believe Ego's ship is one of the normals, right? You're right, Mantis said, programming the ship. You'll land no far away from the main city, undetected. Once you'll leave the ship, the cloaking mode will active. That's cool, Naruto said with smile. Do you know anything about Xandar? From our database, Xandar is the homeworld of the Xandarians, but is also home to many other species as the capital of the Nova Empire with a population of 12 billion. It is located in the Andromeda Galaxy at the eclipsing binary star M31VJ0044232641278082. That's all I really know. It's still kinda useful, thanks, Naruto noted. Everything is set, the ship is ready to go, Mantis informed. Just press this blue button, once I'll leave. Good luck on fighting Infinity Stone, Mantis said with smile, before leaving Naruto alone. Okie, let's go and get the Infinity Stone, Naruto exclaimed with smirk. He pressed blue button and felt that ship was taking off. Well, might as well do some meditation. Few hours later, Xandar, with Naruto. Naruto opened his eyes as he felt that ship has landed. He got up and walked to the exit. Blonde walked out of the ship and saw large city in the distance. He looked around and found himself in the mountains of the planet. This planet sure looks like futuristic Earth, Naruto said with whistle. Tony would be on Candy Rush in here, he thought sadly. Stop thinking about it, you need to get Infinity Stone, Naruto. Naruto suddenly vanished in Shunshin and head toward the city, Xandar capital. Naruto walked among the people of Xandar. He couldn't believe of how many species of aliens were in here, barely any human-like beings. He stopped once he saw a tall building with golden-like star. Excuse me, is this Nova Corp headquarters? Naruto asked nearby alien with tentacles instead of hairs. Yeah, they're police in here man, alien said in hip-hop tone and then left. Thanks, Naruto said, even thought alien has left him. Let's see, what should I do? Walk in and say that I'm with the Guardians? No, not even Earth cops are that stupid. I guess I'll have to do this quietly, need to find some guard. He whispered to himself and start looking around. Then he saw one with familiar symbol on his chest. Bingo, time to cause a little scene. Naruto made a single hand seal and whispered, Kirigakure no Jutsu. Suddenly a very thick mist appeared out of nowhere. Everyone was confused and slowly start to panic. One of the guards tried to calm everyone, but he was quickly hit his neck, vanishing in Shunshin. Naruto quickly appeared far away. He activated his Rinnegan and read the guard's mind. He knew now few things about specific location of the orb. Then he absorbed the guard into his Kamui. But before that he took his gun and ID. After that, Naruto quickly headed toward the Nova Corp headquarters. Without any problem, he sneaked into their forces. Uzumaki had to admit that technology here was way more impressive than on Earth. He looked around to see if anyone was looking. Nobody. Perfect, he thought, almost too perfect. He quietly made 2 shadow clones, impersonating 2 guards he seen by the Ent race. He sent for the scout. Then Naruto spotted a woman in her late 40s with what appeared to be the highest rank in the Nova Corp. That's the leader, Naruto thought with smile. She appeared to be a strong woman. He saluted to her as she passed by, smirking. He sank into the ground to reappear in her office. No point of looking for a hidden button, Blonde said to himself. As he scanned the office, he went to the nearby wall and passed through it. After entering another room, Blonde saw a big safe in the middle. Looking around, Naruto spotted what appeared to be a camera. With sigh he moved his eyes back on safe. He took out his gun and threw it toward the safe. It got cut into many pieces. Lasers, Naruto thought with irritation. With sigh he simply walked toward the safe, while using Kamui. He reached the safe and went into the safe with his upper half of body. He saw a small orb, no bigger than standard Rasengan. He smiled, while grabbing the orb. Blonde quickly went outside and gave a cocky smirk. Like stealing candy from a kid, he said to himself. Suddenly his senses kick in and there was large explosion to his right. Naruto quickly got behind the safe and waited. I know you're in there, pretender, I'd advise you to drop your transformation, said a raspy voice with snarl. Naruto peeked out to see two shadowy figures standing in cloud of dust, or I'll get you out myself. Suddenly, Naruto felt a movement and quickly jumped away to avoid being slashed in half. Then the alarms sounded throughout the entire HQ as the safe room began glowing in red color. Naruto hid the orb in his cloak and clapped his hands together, releasing small large of wind chakra. Naruto was able to see him enemies properly now, one female and male. The male was about 5 feet 2 inches tall, he was wearing a black bodysuit with a cape and a hood, his skin was white and his face resembled that of a goblin, he had long back and gold spear in his right hand. The female was about 5 feet 3 inches tall, she was wearing a black and white bodysuit, her entire left arm was armored and golden in color, something that reminded Naruto of Asgardian armor. The most of her head was covered by black material, leaving only her face to be visible. On that material was something that resembled a broken-in-half protractor. Who the hell are you two? Naruto demanded seriously. I'd ask the same thing, brat, goblin-like creature asked, but it doesn't matter, soon you'll be dead. Let him hear our name, at least he'll know from whom he died, female said with smile toward her male companion. Right, have your way, dear, man said with glee. Naruto raised his eyebrow at surprise, he loved Wanda, but even he could admit that this female was good-looking person. On the other hand, that goblin was ugly as night. Listen well, human, my name is Corvus Glaive, and my wife's name is Proxima Midnight. We're from the Black Order, Order of Thanos himself. Proxima exclaimed, causing Naruto's eyes to widen. Hand over the Infinity Stone and you'll suffer painless death. Like hell, Corvus said, while licking his teeth. I want to enjoy spilling his blood. Sorry, but I guess we don't have time for that, Naruto said, activating his EMS. Nova soldiers are coming toward us, so I'll keep the orb. Blonde suddenly realized something, he couldn't use his Manjikyu, something was blocking him from using Kamui. Then he heard Proxima smirking. Naruto saw her spear glowing in yellow color. What did she do to me? How is she blocking my Kamui? Naruto wondered, as small drop of sweat run down on temple. This wasn't good, now he wasn't able to pass through objects or bring that guard back to this dimension. On top of that, Corvus is probably as fast as him. If somehow they can block his abilities, then he has get away from them, or get rid of that spear. Suddenly Nova soldiers bursted into the room, guns ready to shoot anyone. On the authority of the Nova Corp, I commend you to drop everything your weapons and put your hands behind your back. One of soldiers exclaimed, it was probably the chief, I won't repeat myself. Do as I say. Dear, can I butcher them? Corvus asked sweetly, causing his wife to chuckle. Go ahead, I'll deal with the blondie, Proxima said, as her husband turned toward the soldiers and grinned. He launched himself at the guards with maniac. All laughed. Face it, you won't be able to run. You somehow blocked my ability to teleport, but that doesn't mean you block my other powers, Naruto said, taking his fighting stance. His EMS reverted back to the standard Sharingan. The two stared at each other. Before blurring out, they connected their fists, causing a small shockwave. Not bad, Naruto commented. Can say the same about you, Proxima said with cocky smirk. They quickly went into fierce hand-to-hand combat, though Naruto's Sharingan proved to be able to predict her movements. She was still faster. Because of that, Naruto was only able to block her attack in last second. Is that all? Not a chance. Naruto shot back, while jumping away and waving series of hand seals. Futon de Tapa. He exclaimed, before sending a powerful gust of wind toward her. She was able to withstand it though, so Naruto created bunch of shadow clones and they all charged at Proxima. How about that? Surely, you can't fight with so many enemies, he stated, trying to buy himself some time. He glanced at Corvus, who was still killing incoming soldiers. I need to help them, he thought, creating more clones and charging at Corvus, who sniffed the air around him. Corvus quickly turned around and slashed the first 4 clones, causing them to poof out of the existence. Honestly, you're too stubborn, Corvus said with snore, just give up and accept your death. Never. Those men and women didn't deserve to die like that. One of the clones exclaimed, you're just a beast, who's hungry of blood, other clones snarled, charging at Corvus with Rasengan. But Corvus simply smirked and dogged dead incoming clone, then he simply run by all of them at superb speed. Naruto barely no-sighted as his stomach was cut, quickly retreating. Naruto performed a medical jutsu on himself. "Aw man, so you can heal yourself, huh?" Corvus said with sigh, "What a drag." "Mokutan, Shichuro no Jutsu," Naruto exclaimed, as the floor shaked violently. The floor beneath Corvus' feet cracked as wood grown rapidly around him, forming a prison. "I got you now, sucker." Naruto smirked, while staring at trapped Corvus. "So how are you going to get out now?" Naruto asked smugly, while smiling. "This piece of crap? It's a wood, I'll just cut it," Corvus replied with snort. He made quick slash, but would prison withstand the attack? Now that's something. "Now, I have to deal with your wife," Naruto said, turning away. "If you excuse me." Before he left, Naruto heard Corvus chuckling. "What's so funny? I am done with you, so I'm coming after your wife. You should have been worried, at least a little." "I don't have to," Corvus said, shaking his head. "We already won." "Yeah, how come?" Naruto asked. Suddenly the roof above them exploded and Naruto dodged the falling debris. In the dust, Naruto saw a large figure gracefully landing in front of the cage. Blonde heard snap of the finger and felt that his wood prison was destroyed. Naruto saw something glowing in red color. It had the shape of a gem shit. Naruto was blasted back to the safe room. He hit the wall hard, causing him to spat some blood. After hitting the ground, Naruto lifted up his head up to see the figure coming toward him. "Haven't I killed you few decades ago?" Figure said in deep tone of confusion. "So you're Thanos?" Naruto asked, slowly getting up. He already has one of the Infinity Stones. "Ah, I see now, you're that couple's child, right?" Thanos asked, after stepping out of the dust to reveal himself in full glory. "To think a Terrian would wander so deep into the galaxy, but then again, they're the Star-Lord. Let me guess, you want to stop me from getting the Power Stone? You're just like your parents." "Shut up, where did you get that red stone?" Naruto demanded. "If Thanos already has one then, you mean the Reality Stone?" Thanos said and glanced at his gauntlet. Only one of the 6 spots was filled. It was quite easy. The collector was too scared to say anything, so I had to help myself. Suddenly both Corvus and Proxima appeared next to Thanos. "We're done, my lord," Proxima said with smirk. Then Corvus took the orb out of his cloths, causing Naruto to gasp. "Here is the orb," Corvus said, handing Thanos the said orb. The tyrant took out the stone and put on the gauntlet. "No, how did you?" Naruto said in total shock, checking his pockets. He was sure that the orb was still there. When you send that clones, I passed you, don't you remember?" Corvus asked with sick grin plastered across his face. A quick memory rushed throughout his brain. He was right. For some reason he passed him rather than killing him. "You're not half bad, but you gotta work harder to defeat us." "Why are you telling him that?" Proxima asked, while narrowing her eyes at her husband. "It's not like he's going to live another minute." "That's my chance. If she's distracted, I might be able to use Kamui," Naruto said, swifting his Sharingan to Eternal Manjikyu Sharingan. "I've already lost no point staying and dying here." As he slowly started to sink into the floor, there was a huge blast right next to Thanos and his Black Order. After dust cleared out, there was a horde of Nova ships. "Thanos, in the name of Nova Corp, we are arresting you for tyranny and attack on our base of organization. If you try anything reckless, we'll shoot you down." "What a fool, haha." Corvus said with laugh. "How are you going to kill him, my lord?" "Let's just get rid of them and everyone else," Thanos said blankly as he reached his gauntlet. Reality Stone glowed in bright color, causing Thanos to smile. Suddenly a mini black hole appeared in the middle of the horde of ships. It quickly absorbed the ships around it and got bigger. "Let's get out of here then," Thanos said with sigh, while creating a safety bubble around himself and his minions. Naruto quickly got away from the building and landed on the ground. He was staring at the growing black hole started absorbing Nova headquarters. He heard screams and alarms all around him. Even few aliens being absorbed by the black hole. "It's my fault if I wasn't here, this would not happened," Naruto thought with gulp. Maybe Thanos wouldn't created this black hole, he had to stop it, if not, everyone will die. But can I do it? No, I will do it. I don't have any other choice. Naruto clapped his hands together and thick orange cloak formed on his body. He still had some of Kurama and Gyuki chakra in him. He'll put that chakra into good use. He unlocked Sage of Six Path mode. 9 truth-seeking orbs formed behind his back. His Rinnegan gained 6 tomos, signalizing its full power. You're not the only one with reality-shifting power at your disposal. Naruto exclaimed as his both palm flamed on, one in blue color, while the other in red. Banbutsu Sozo no Jutsu. 4 of 9 true-seeking orbs floated toward his palms, on pair start glowing in red, while second in blue. Go! He shouted as true-seeking orbs charged toward black hole at full speed. Upon touching the black hole, there was a blinding light which consumed everything on its path. Few hours later, slowly, Naruto opened his pitch-black eyes and blinked. He saw blue sky with sun still up. His eyes moved to the right and left. Well, he was screwed, surrounded by soldiers, who were pointing their guns at him. I see you're awake, a strong female voice said with snort. You have a lot to answer. Irani, can your soldiers put their weapons down? Naruto asked, slowly getting up. That'd be just waste of ammo in my opinion. How dare you? Speak with respect toward Nova Prime. One of the soldiers yelled toward Naruto. Blonde simply stared at him with his Sharingan spinning, causing soldier to gulp. Be on the standby, Irani said to her men. Slowly, Naruto get back on feet and meet with Irani eye to eye. So what did you want it to do with the orb? Hide it away from Thanos, Naruto replied. Sadly, I haven't taken on the account that he'd send skilled assassins and already be in the possession of Infinity Stone. I am deeply sorry for your soldiers. Well, being sorry won't bring them back, Irani shot back, clearly pissed. Have you recovered any of bodies? Naruto asked in low tone. Yes, about 15 of my people, Irani replied with tired sigh. Fortunately, nobody else died in attack. Can you show me where they are? Naruto said in serious tone. I still have some Biju chakra left after destroying that black hole. What can you do? Bring them back? Irani said with hollow chuckle. Basically, yeah, I just stopped black hole from eating this planet, Naruto said with deadpan. Are you really doubting my power? She didn't say anything. Irani showed Naruto the way. After few seconds of walking, Naruto saw a pile of bodies. If you can bring back dead too, then why haven't you stopped Thanos? Irani asked with mock. Few days ago, I got a deadly virus, then I was in space for some time before Guardians of the Galaxy saved me, Naruto explained. Would you be at 100% after something that? Beside, I don't know that much about your galaxy. You probably know that Terrians are not as advanced as you. You know Quill and the rest? Irani asked and Blonde noted. Who knows, maybe I can trust you. Give me some space. Naruto and Irani point her soldiers to fall back. He clapped his hands together and enter six-path sage mode. Suddenly King of Hell rose from the ground. Naruto Rinnegan glowed in bright purple color. Geto, Rinne Tensei no Jutsu. Green souls came out of the King of Hell mouth and wandered toward dead bodies. After entering their bodies, the soldiers slowly opened their eyes, causing everyone to gasp in shock and awe. Whoa, that was easier than before, Naruto thought as his cloak vanished. It only took 4/10 of chakra this time, if you don't count Biju chakra. I can't believe my eyes, Irani said, while looking at the raising soldiers. Are you? No, I'm not a god, Naruto replied quickly. I'm just a human with too much power for my own good. I'm sorry, but I can't waste more time. I need to get back to Guardians of Galaxy. Then I won't be stopping you, Irani said with tiny smile. If you have power to stop Thanos, then I'll have to entrust you with this mission. If you need help, then contact us. Thank you, Naruto said with grin. Then he was absorbed by the vortex and vanished from the sight. Ego, some time later. What, won't you trust him? Quill asked in annoyed tone. My dad's cool. I don't know where your suspiciousness came from. Quill couldn't be happier. He finally found his dad that his mom was so eager to talk about. He was great guy. They even bonded by throwing energy orbs to each other. Peter was able to tap into his inner power as half celestial thanks to Ego. As a kid he wished to have superpowers, and now about 30 years later, he has them. But then Gamora came and started questioning if they should trust him. It made him so mad, that he almost released his power in the room. It scared her a little. Listen, Peter, Gamora started gently, you know him for about a day. I'm just saying that you shouldn't trust this much, something is wrong, my guts tell me that." At that Quill snorted, "We need to be on our guard, remember, we have to get back to Rocket, Groot and our payment." "I don't have to listen to that," Peter snarled and walked out of the room. Gamora just stood there and watched him leaving. She looked down and gave a long sigh. "I have to go and look around," Gamora thought / then she jumped through the window. Sometime later, with Naruto. "Come on!" Naruto shouted, slamming his hand on the panel of Ego's ship, "Go faster. I can't waste my time any longer." He had to get back to Guardians and warn them, Thanos already have 2 Infinity Stones, he must get back to Earth and fast as he could. Naruto must contact with Avengers and the Ancient One. She was an old friend of Naruto, he helped her and she helped him. From what he could gather, the Ancient One was in the possession of Infinity Stone, he wouldn't dare and try to steal it. Ancient One was way stronger than him at that time, she'd send him to Dark Dimension. Even with his time and space ninjutsu, Naruto wouldn't be able to get out of there that easily. Suddenly, Naruto came out of hyper jump and saw Planet Ego. He smiled a little, at last, he thought. Then out of nowhere, something really hard his ship, setting it off the course. Whole ship start to spin like a rolling barrel. It slowly made him sick. What the fuck happened? He screamed as the ship went into the atmosphere. Ravenger's ship, with Rocket, Groot, Yondu and Kraglin. Ouch! That hurt as hell, Rocket groaned, while holding his stomach. "If you ever gonna do something like that I'm gonna skin ya," Yondu said nursing his head. "I am Groot," Groot groaned after puking. "Are we done?" Kraglin after lifting his head up, he puke a lot after they stopped, "because my stomach won't handle this any longer." "Yeah, let's get into the atmosphere and find Quill," Rocket said jumping off from the pilot chair. Planet Ego, with Naruto. Naruto jumped out of wreck ship, he found himself in the open field with grass and few trees. There was nobody around, but Naruto was all but to feel Quill chakra. "Well, that's a long way," Naruto said with sigh. He flared his EMS and Susanoo's wings formed behind his back. "I'll find that thing, hit me and rip it apart." "You know, Peter, all of this, including this Gamora, is temporary," Ego said as they enter the main part of the palace. "We have eternity. But that must be boring after some time, right?" Quill asked. "Not if you have a purpose, boy," Ego said with smile. "In a moment, I'll show you everything. I've told that long ago I had inner need to find life, but I haven't told you that once I found it I felt really disappointed," he finished with sigh, "and then I realized in a blink of an eye, everything was clear. My inner desire of finding life wasn't from wishing to be part of it, son." He paused and looked Quill in the eyes. "This is my purpose." With that, Ego placed his fingers on Quill overhead, his eyes start to pulse and change colors from white to black. With Naruto. As Naruto was on his way, he sensed something happening to Quill chakra, then he looked to his left and saw 2 familiar figures, Gamora and Nebula. Why was Nebula on Ego? He quickly performed Shunshin and appeared in front of Thanos' daughters. "Naruto?" Gamora asked in surprise, "You're already here?" "Yeah," Naruto replied with nod. "Nebula, how did you end up here?" "It doesn't concern you," Nebula replied, while looking away. "What's happening with Quill?" Naruto asked. "Something is wrong with his chakra, it's acting like crazy." "I don't know, we have to go and help him," Gamora said seriously, "then we'll see what happened to Rocket and Groot. Grab onto me." Naruto said seriously, "I'll transport you to the castle." A little unsure, both Gamora and Nebula grabbed Naruto's coat. Soon their vision starts spinning and their bodies were absorbed into Naruto pocket dimension. Second later, Naruto appeared with women in palace. They saw both Drax and Mantis in front of them. "Thank goodness," Mantis said relieved. "Listen, I." Before she could finish her sentence, Gamora grabbed Mantis' throat and pinned her to the wall. "Hold your horses, Gamora!" Naruto shouted, while marching to her. "What the hell are you doing? She needs to explain everything." She sneered at old Shinobi. "Why, there are skeletons of aliens on the planet." "What are you talking about?" Naruto asked shocked. "On our way, we found bunch of skeletons," Gamora quickly explained. "Explain this." Without a warning, Mantis touched Gamora's forehead. It caused her to drop Mantis while taking deep breaths. "What did she do to me?" "We need to save Peter," Mantis said to everyone in the room. "Ego wants to use him for his genetics." Suddenly the whole palace shaked for a second. If we won't stop him it'll be over for everyone, Mantis explained. Naruto's eyes shifted to EMS and he quickly sank into the floor. Then let's not waste any more time, Drax said. Come on, we have to go. Why do you even bother? Nebula asked, bringing everyone attention. He's a god. Uzumaki can handle this. We won't abandon our friend, Gamora said. Ot, her adoptive sister. All you do is scream at each other, Nebula snorted. You're not friends. We are family, Drax said and looked at Nebula, except maybe you. With Quill and Ego. It's beautiful, Quill said whole looking around. His eyes shined like the brightest star on the sky. Over the hundreds of years I've planted my extension on every planet, Ego started with smile, until everything will be me. One celestial is not enough to do it. He paused and glanced at Quill's dreamy face, but two celestials that just might do. I had many lovers but none of my children had celestial gems. Each time, I hired Yondu to bring them to me but they failed. Only you have celestial's gems, Peter, he said with small smile. For the first time in my existence I am not truly alone. At that Quill looked at him with sad eyes. What about my friends? Quill asked slowly, that caused Ego to bit his lips. I see well that the mortal you, Ego explained, once you'll become God, you won't be worried about them. You said that you loved my mother, Quill stated, while looking down at the floor. Yes, I did but if I'd stay longer, I'd give up on my goal, Ego admitted. It broke my heart putting a tumor in her head. Suddenly Quill's eyes start shining. Then Naruto dropped from above and landed next to Quill. Sorry for breaking this lovely father-son talk but Naruto paused and stared at Ego with his EMS spinning like crazy. I won't let you hurt my family or anyone else on Earth. Out of blue, Quill took his blasters and started shooting Ego. His body got destroyed, but he quickly regenerated. Then his eyes start shining again and his hands start glowing in bright blue color. I'll kill you. Quill roared on top of his lungs. Well, he's pissed, Naruto whispered and smirked. It's 2 against 1, pretty bad odds. For you brats, Ego said enraged. Suddenly, Naruto heard something coming. He looked up to see incoming ship. He quickly grabbed Quill's shoulder and activated his Kamui. The ship blasted through the window and hit Ego, while Naruto and Quill were safe. Then Gamora, Mantis, Drax and Nebula came to the hall and went to the ship. Naruto and Quill quickly got in as well. You almost killed Quill and Naruto. Drax shouted at Rocket. How about a little thank you? Rocket retorted, everything's under control. No, you're wrong, Mantis said, you only destroyed his avatar, he'll come back soon. So we have to find his weak spot, Naruto said to Guardians. If he's a planet, then Ego must have its core. That's correct. Mantis exclaimed, if you want to destroy Ego then that's your only way. You heard them Yondu. Quill said to Yondu, next course, Ego's core. Hey! You ain't my boss. Yondu said to Peter, but alright, I wanna kill this bastard as well. With that Naruto and Guardians left the palace and head for the core. On their way, they swam by sovereign ships. Come on. Can't they leave us alone? Naruto whined, you just had to stole those damn batteries. Leave me be. Rocket shouted at Blonde, stop whining and use those crazy powers of yours. Go. We'll deal with Ego, Gamora said and Naruto noted. He rushed to the hole in the ship and jumped from it. He crossed his fingers and grinned. Tajukage Bunshin no Jutsu. Dozen of clones pop into the existence with already charged Raisengans, Raisin Rengan. They exclaimed, blowing many sovereign ship in the process. Naruto landed on some Rick structure and looked at another horde of ships. Blonde smiled and activated his EMS. Let's see Amaterasu. Naruto exclaimed and wave of black flames cover incoming ships, all of them melt upon contact. You gotta do better than that. Soon rest of the ships appeared and caused Naruto and his clones to laugh. Give up. You won't win this fight. One of the clones shouted, while throwing Raisin Shuriken at the ships, so pathetic his eyes shifted to Rinnegan. As he lifted his arm, Shinra Tensei. An invisible wave crushed the entrace to the core. Maybe that will keep them away. I'm too lazy to write the rest, so I'll go straight to the point where they save Peter and retrieve Yondu body, / Ravenger's ship, Yondu funeral. You're sure you don't want me to revive him? Naruto asked Quill, after they finished. I don't think he'd want that, Rocket said. catching blonde attention. Before he went to save Peter, Yondu told that he want to do one good thing in his life, saving his son life. I guess you just made him mad. His sacrifice proof that he cared for more than I thought, Peter said slowly. Rocket's right, he'd damn mad if you revived him just to learn he didn't had to. I guess that David Hasselhoff didn't kinda end up being my dad after all. It was you Yondu. He paused, looking down on Yoda's body, tears streaming from his eyes. Gamora placed her hand on his shoulder to support him. I had pretty cool dad. What I was trying to say was that sometimes thing you're looking for your whole life is right by your side all along, and you don't even know it. Gamora saw as Nebula left them. She quickly rushed toward her. Nobody followed her. Quill picked up Yoda's body and went to dispose it. Alone, Naruto looked at the depths of space. What are you thinking about? Mantis asked, and Naruto glanced at her. About my life back on Earth, Naruto replied. About my friends and family. I see. Is it beautiful? The Earth? Mantis asked curiously. For the most part yes, Naruto replied with small smile, but there is also the dark side. Humanity part of it is corrupted, by power, money, drugs and other things. Once I believe that there will come a day when people will understand each other, that there won't be any conflict or war, but I'm constantly reminded on how wrong I was. It's part of every species, fighting for power in order to survive. I know that now. So what's the plan? Quill asked, and Naruto turned around to face him. Want us to drop you on Earth? No, not yet, Naruto said. First we need to find last Infinity Stone. Not to break your spirit or anything, but where do we even begin? Rocket asked, and if I'm right then we have 2 stones to find, not 1. I know the location of 3 Infinity Stones, Naruto started. 2 Infinity Stones are on Earth, while the 3rd is in Asgard. Even so, where do we begin? Gamora asked. I mean, the Collector lost his Infinity Stone, that doesn't know where the rest is. Does the Collector know anyone else who might have some information? Drax asked. I'm not sure, but maybe his brother does, Gamora said, nodding with her head. The Grandmaster, he might know something. So you know where he is? Naruto asked seriously. Yeah, let's take one of the ships, Quill said, grabbing his coat and head to the hangar. Can I come with you? Kraglin hopefully asked. No, somebody must stay on the ship, Quill said seriously. Guard the ship, and if you can go and pick up our ship on Berhurt. Let's go then, Naruto said as he followed Guardians of the Galaxy. Some time later. We're arriving, Mantis announced. Alright, Guardians, don't forget this might be dangerous, so let's put on our mean faces, Quill said to the team. Where is Naruto and Groot? Blondie sighed that he wanted to help Groot with something. Rocket replied, don't know what, and I don't really want to know. Once they come from hyperjump, Guardians saw devastation. Where supposed to be a planet, now was an asteroid field. Suddenly someone landed on their windshield. Wipers, wipers. Get it off. Rocket growled. Okay then, let's bring him in, Gamora said. Maybe this guy knows something. Few minutes later. Okay, so you have another guy from space? Naruto asked as he and Teen Groot walked toward Guardians. What happened to Groot? Asked a little bit shocked Rocket. Helped him grow up, Naruto explained. We need him at his full potential. So what about this guy? Blonde walked to table where Guardians place unknown man. Upon seeing man's face, Naruto's own face paled. Thor? He exclaimed, surprising the Guardians. You know this guy? Gamora asked. Yes. Minus short hair, that's Thor. Son of Asgard and Avenger. Naruto, examining Thor's body. He was badly beaten. He had a hell of a battle, Naruto thought. Let me heal his wounds first. After a few seconds of blue glowing hands on Thor, Naruto moved his hands off and gave Mantis a sign. Wake, Mantis whispered as she put her hand on Thor's head. As if his brain was electrocuted, Thor gasped and jumped from the table to floor. Everything okay, Thor? It's me. After hearing familiar voice, God of Thunder turned around to see Naruto and some unknown people, raccoon and a tree. You're safe now. Calm down, okay. Naruto, what are you doing here? Thor slowly asked, while glaring at people behind Naruto. And who are they? A lot of things happened when you're in Asgard, Naruto started, but I guess same goes for you. It'll take a while, but I'll explain everything to you, okay? Sure, Thor, as his breath calmed down.